Hey, you guys, you're all here. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Um, I'm Suzanne Kamar, if you don't know me, which most people do. I wrote for Pathos for almost 10 years, a column called No Longer Quivering that had to do with religion, and specifically quiverful religion, like the Duggars are. This morning I got up and I had some messages. One of them was from Waxy. Without a true ball of wax. I was gonna say without a ball of wax. That's not her name. Hey Liz. Now I like Waxy fine. I just find some of her behavior problematic. So instead of hey, oh man, what's going on? Well, Waxy objected to the fact that I said that she was one of Unirock's mods. Now, I did not go in there and confirm that. That was told to me by somebody who's a friend of mine who's usually right on the money about these things. So I believed that. So here's what I'm saying. Dear Waxy, if you're not a mod of Unirock's, I'm sorry that I said you were. So there you go. But I have to answer a couple of things that she said. There's a couple of things that she said. Now, I'm not crying. You heard the same thing about what? I heard the same thing too. Yeah. Nothing really happened. Mm. Yeah, I saw screenshots too. I saw some screenshots of this. That was the other way I came about my information. Was several people told me. I saw a screen cap on Twitter. Here's the thing. I want to talk about what Waxy said because I want to answer her. And it's going to be too long for me to write it down. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer. One of the things she said that I thought I was untouchable. No, I've never said I'm untouchable. I've never even hinted at that. What I am is uncareable. Uncareable. Yeah, that could be. It could be Becky P. She could have tried to learn. I'm uncareable. What does that mean? Uncareable means that I'm kind of a contrarian. I kind of go the other way. I do my own thing. I talk to everybody. That does make me a little bit weird and different than everybody else. But that's okay. There's room for all kinds of creators here. And I've never said that I'm untouchable. I am what I am. And I know who I am. I know where I'm going, unlike most of the creators on YouTube that are flailing about. Y'all two totally different people. She runs off her emotions. You were able to think logically. Thank you, Bliss. I like that. I like to be able to sit and think about things. Yeah, and there's this, you're right, Lisa. There's peace when you don't really care, when you know who you are, you go in your direction. If people like that, that's great. If people hate that, that's great too. Once you get to that point in your life, and I'm 61, I got to that point in my 50s, you almost are untouchable because you don't really have the care level that everybody else has. You're not trying to please everybody. Yeah, John, all that crying on demand, I just cannot handle that. When people start crying on demand, I'm like, oh, I'm out of there. And I wanted to say that too. If you're in someone's stream and you're either watching the stream or you're modding the stream or you're on the stream talking and somebody shows up that you don't like much, you know what you can do? Leave. That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. I don't get the total black and white thinking in Waxy and the other ones, Charlotte's and some of those behavior. And even, that stupid live stream the other day with Sunshinery. I don't get black and white thinking. She is very sensitive, and I don't like to see her get that agitated about things. I quit watching her ages ago. I watched her for a little while, and I had to quit because she likes the Duggars. And I have been covering Quiverful and writing about it long enough that I know that the thing the Duggars put on is not real. The Duggars, there's so many things I could go through about the Duggars that aren't right. So many things. Amanda, you're right. That's the best thing about turning 50. You just don't give up. you know what anymore. Oh, Aaron. Uh, yeah, YouTube's never going to be a happy place if you're oversensitive. If you're somebody that can't take criticism. Hint, hint. Without a box of Kleenex. So I don't get the total black and white thinking that goes on. I don't get like in the Duggars because Jim Bob Duggar, he's exploited his children for money when he put them on TLC's show, the specials. He decided that money was more important than his children's emotional and mental health. Look at Josh. That's comes out of some of his theology. Jim Bob Duggar controls his children using money. No, nobody gets money unless he doles it out. And even though they're on a television show, they're not getting paid for that. He has a dangerous theology. Quiverful theology has a body count. It is a theology that just eats up and spits out people, kind of like Molech, the supposed false god everybody was following in the Bible before they started following God. And he's kind of badly behaved in a lot of ways. I don't think she's bad. I'm not going to say that about Waxy. Waxy just, like I said, she's one of those people that's so sensitive, and I think she's hitched her boogie to the wrong person. And I think that wrong person is steering her the wrong way. Money is not the root of everything, regardless of what the Duggars will tell you, Without a Box of Kleenex will tell you, and Charlotte will tell you. Money is nice, but it is not all that. Having your own integrity and knowing who you are, that goes a long way. A long way, even if you have no money. I'm looking forward to that, Kat. What did Kat say she was going to do? Hey, Kylie, realification. I don't get the black and white thinking either. Sometimes the truth hurts. I would rather hear one ugly truth than 1,000 beautiful lies. Real, that is absolutely right. That is right. All creators have good points and drawbacks, and everyone does. Everybody does, me included. I try to grant grace over those things. I mean, I've said before, I'm not really enthralled by some of the stuff that comes out of the other creators' mouths, but I still interact with them and I try to grant them some grace. I did it for a long time with Charlotte until I just was like, no more. You are sad fishing too much for money. You just reach a point where you just can't tolerate. And at that point, you just disengage. Example, Stephen McRae is a good friend of mine. Steve McRae, he mods for Roadhog. Now, I know a lot of people love Roadhog. I'm not one of them. I like what he has to say as far as the content. I don't like his style. His style gets on my nerves with the yelling and the whole thing. I just start reacting. It triggers me. So I just don't watch his content. I will see other people say, hey, he said X, Y, and Z, and that's good enough. So I rarely watch as a result. But Steve is my friend, and if Steve wants to mod for Roadhog, if he thinks that's good for him, more power to him, more power to Roadhog. You just have to be able to grant people some grace in life to do the things that they'll do without lining up with the black and white thinking. Absolutely. I think in Shades of Grey too, Lisa. How many fucks do I give? Erica Jane. I haven't heard that song. My theme song is a rodeo song. It's an obscene country song, is all I can say. Gotta heat. Said, oh, it's 40 below, and don't give a fuck. Got a heater in my truck, and I'm off to the rodeo. And it's Alamana left and Alamana right. Come on, you effing dummy, get your right foot right. It's this really obscene song that has to do with the rodeo, and I love that stupid song because it's all about not giving an F. Fuck, it's just not. His style is oof. Whenever something I don't like, I do that too, Liz. And there are a lot of people I watch that I'm fine with, even though I may not agree with them with 100%. That's fine. So, Waxy, I am not untouchable. I just don't care. I just don't care about most of this stuff. The reason I don't have a problem with that, and I have a problem with Charlotte and others modding for Uni is that Uni is just a big ball of stupid lies. He just is. He does these 5 and 6 hour live streams where I've watched him before, and it's like, man, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I ain't got time for that. And after Todd Paulson, not Todd Chrisley, said on Twitter that they had paid Uni, I was kind of like, oh no, this is worse than I ever dreamed. So that's really, she did side with the Charlotte shit show. I've heard part of that live with Sunshinery and it was foul. Say your piece once and move on. Exactly, exactly. Uni just lies too much. So since Uni has a slippery relationship with truth, I don't support him. When I see people modding for him, it's like, did you lose your mind? Particularly since he supports Without a Box of Kleenex, and you guys all got together and started your channels to oppose Without a Box of Kleenex, and now you're aligning yourself with Without a Box of Kleenex. Without a Box of Kleenex's pet monkey, her dancing monkey. I just am. I don't believe when people start aligning themselves with super problematic creators. I'm kind of done. I mean, I just am, and I hate saying these things, but I wanted to say them all to Waxy, and I wanted there to be no doubt of what I was saying about. And I hope she develops a thick skin. I developed that thick skin in my 10 years at Pathos with all of the nasty comments I used to get from Christians. I actually have a website. I've got to put the link in the description called Jerks for Jesus. I started that because so many Christians would come in and say so many insane, stupid things that I was answering them. So I said, it's just easier to stick them all on a website and mock them. Moderate, yeah. So I ain't got time for none of that. 6 and 7 hour live streams. I don't have time for that. And if I have to scan through one of them looking for something, oh my God, I have to scan at least 3 times the speed and listen and talk like chipmunks and things. And that's it. And I really don't have time for it now. And we just have to grant each other grace to do things differently all the time. I mean, I had to do that this stupid trip I took. You see this little note? I'm in love with Post-its. I use Post-its all the time for all kinds of things. Queen of the Post-its. I left a list for my husband for when on my trip. I said there's chopped up fresh lettuce, apples, and other salad vegetables in the crisper drawer. I came back and he hadn't touched any of them. And I'd told him this and I'd written it down and stuck it to the front of the fridge. You know, I can get all mad. I can be screaming and hollering and carrying on, but who has time for that? I'm granting him the grace knowing that he ate a whole lot of deviled ham and pizza on my trip, even though I left him those choices. I like this Post-its with line on too. Still have a good fight with Tech in it, John. Yeah. Did you see the FAA recruiting gamers to be air traffic controllers? It's a great job with amazing pay. They're doing a big push. Aaron, no, I did not see that, but I am not surprised. I remember the last time back in the late 70s, early 80s, the FAA did a big push to get people who didn't have degrees in aviation to be air traffic controllers. I actually went in and talked to them about that time and decided it was not a job for me, even though the pay was astronomical, and it is. And it's a job that's for young people because when you get in your 50s, they make you retire from the FAA, from the air traffic controllers. I have a friend here that was an air traffic controller before he retired and came to Tamarindo. It allowed him to build up enough of a cushion to retire here in his 50s. So I don't know if you guys all saw the Todd Chrisley quote that he made it at without a box of Kleenex. I just saw that and was just dying laughing. I'm getting ready to see if I can pull it up so I can see it again, so I can give you the exact quote. Where is it? Laughed over this one a long time. You are just a bitch in training. I am certified, is what Todd said. And I have to laugh about that. I mean, there's so much crap being flung in that supposed lawsuit back and forth between Todd and Without a Box of Kleenex. And I've just been looking at this and laughing. Todd needs to, well, I'm not going to tell Todd he needs to shut his mouth. Todd needs to do whatever his attorneys are telling him. KJ is now saying that Todd cannot sue her because he is involved in a legal lawsuit sort of thing with the IRS. And it's criminal charges, I believe she said. You know, you can be accused of killing the president and you can still turn around and sue somebody else. That stops nobody and nothing from doing anything. Just don't pick on my knitting. Waxy, JC, Jeffree Star. I have proof and I'll show it later. John, none of those people have proof. None of them. If Waxy had proof, she would have shown it earlier. Waxy, KJ, Jeffree Star, they have no proof. They just have their mouths. That's it. Waxy, I'm saying it again. Everybody I know, like Steve McRae and others, have said, if you have proof, show your proof. Show your proof or shut up about it. I mean, really. Casey said the judge would be mad at Todd C for this lawsuit or something. So stupid, KJ. I saw that and I thought it's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's not going to matter at all because whatever lawsuit that Todd brings in Minnesota is going to have a completely different judge involved. It's not going to have the same judge that is going after Todd Chrisley for whatever it is that they're saying that he did. Katie looks like she's losing her mind. I think she's making herself look crazy as defense against anyone who sues her. That could well be. I've thought about that too, Dizzy. I think that's a possibility. I think that's one of the things that she's going for. I am sorry to see that she's going in that direction. It's just crazy. I'm sorry. I would have done this earlier in the day like I normally do before I take my drugs and I get all goofy. But we had to take my husband in today to get a COVID test. We've both been sick as dogs for him, it's like over 2 weeks. For me, it's only been like about a week. And I'm praying he didn't have COVID. We're both vaccinated. We both take care to mask up at every opportunity. But he goes to church with a pile of people that won't mask. So if he has COVID, it will be from church. And I will be 100% done with church at that point. Because if you're in with a bunch of people that are so self-centered and so uncaring that they cannot mask for others when the government orders it, I don't want anything to do with them. Okay, you can hate masking. You can say that it does X, Y, and Z. That's fine. But if the government orders you to mask, it behooves you to follow that no matter how you feel. Particularly since here you can get a huge fine and as much as 3 years in jail if they catch you. Hey, American Princess and Real Entertainment News. Hey, Real, I have just been talking some crap about True Ball of Wax. She put a message on one of my pages where she pretty much accused me of thinking that I was, what was the word I used? Untouchable. Untouchable. We're alive, damn it. And I know I'm not untouchable. I hope I never come across as untouchable. I'm just unfuckable. That's what I said. You just cannot upset me with those things. I just was kind of annoyed with some of the ways that they're talking on the other side. You got Waxy, you got Charlotte. Supposedly both of them are modding for Unirock, which kind of blows my mind. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking with this damn lawsuit, everybody is just getting agitated all over again, and they're going to try to insert themselves. I can see that she's going that direction too. Hour and a half because I had, you had it playing on my tablet while playing a game on my computer. John, I do that. I've listened to streams and I'll be playing a video game on another device because that's the only way that I can do it. I have to multitask. I'm not somebody can sit there For all her sweetness, if that's what it is, Miss True is part of Charlotte's Goon Squad. Yes. And it's really funny. I just want to say this publicly too. If you're a Goon Squad member, I am going to look up that song. If you're a Goon Squad member and you come here to tell me, that's one thing I get a lot. The other day I got a message 3 or 4 times from several people and I just deleted it and banned the people. What they said was that I had no right to not agree with any creator's behavior because I had gone on stream with Real Entertainment News one time. And Real Entertainment News, I want to go on stream with you again. I want to talk about food because I don't eat the same kind of food as you and I don't eat the same way. I'm getting ready to start a food thing myself. I think I'm going to start doing the recipes of a certain foodie that I see all the time on Facebook and YouTube that does unhealthy processed foods. I don't do processed foods at all. All of her recipes could be so much better if she actually used real food in them. Real food. I am very into that. I'm very into that. I don't know. Dances in the rain. Here's the thing I was told today at the clinic. I went to my clinic, saw my doctor. The thing that they have determined with the virus is my husband and I, we're both vaccinated. We're both vaccinated with Johnson & Johnson. I'm not at the end of my 14 days. I'm close to it, but I'm not at the end. So I'm in that time frame where you could contract it pretty easily. My husband was vaccinated back in June, so his is long since. They're saying there are two different Delta strains going on right now. Neither one of them is affected much by the vaccine. There's the Brazil variant here, and we also have the Colombian. And there's another variant, I can't think of its name, coronavirus. But there are 5 different variants out there right now. And if you're vaccinated, you can easily contract any one of these 5. Now, the good news is if you've been vaccinated, you have a really low level, not so bad case of it usually. If we have this, that's what we're having because we're just having fevers, pain, fevers, and some body aches, and that's it. And I've heard so many different symptoms. We got there and they tested my husband for it. The thinking in Costa Rica is that they can test one of the people for it and the person has it and the other partner has the same symptoms. They're just going to say, okay, you both have COVID. I don't know if it's COVID. It could be a flu, but we should know within 24 hours. Yeah, I know. I know, Carolyn. I had to take the J&J because of my asthma and some of the medications I take. The J&J was the safest option for me, which is why I went with that. So there's that. Let me think on that, okay? I really want to do that. It's something I really want to start doing. I want to do some food stuff. I really do, and I enjoy your food stuff. So, um, probably the next couple of weeks. I just have to think about it a bit. Because, like I said, the other day I did a video from my kitchen. I'm ready to go back in my kitchen and do a few more videos and deconstruct somebody's very unhealthy meals and make them healthy. I am all about organic. I'm all about eating as healthy as possible, even though I do sometimes eat fried chicken. And I know that's not healthy at all. So there's that. Teachers, 2 weeks of hell. That's what they describe. Well, my husband's had more than 2 weeks of hell. He was sick when I left for the States. Well, after I left for the States, he got sick. And here's the thing that I'm kind of annoyed with. The church that he attends, that I've attended 2 or 3 times since leaving our original church, the pastor has it. The pastor announced on Monday he has it. His wife has it. So it is going around that particular church. I got to take more pills. It's going around that church. And so it's not inconceivable that that's what he has. So we'll see. He's just been really sick since. I need you to do those kind of videos. Deconstruct shit eating and healthy bliss. I could do that because I've had to do that because I have a lot of problems with eating processed foods. The problem for me with processed foods is I react to the preservatives every time. It makes my asthma go nuts. Even though I can drink this stuff all day if I wanted, it wouldn't affect me at all. Explain that one to me. But I try to only have a small amount every day. This is my only. But the I've had to do that with so many foods because of reacting. My reactions are way down, but I still get them sometimes. It's easier. I've had to do that with so many foods because of reacting. My reactions are way down, but I still get them sometimes. It's easier here. I could even eat prepackaged bread here because the bread in Costa Rica is not made with the same dough conditioner that they use in the States that I'm highly allergic to. So it's pretty safe. Oh my goodness. Aaron, how long did it take him to be recovered? I know how scary that is. I pretend fashionista. I'm the same way, and I watch creators I like, and I have my own little list of people. I'm going to have to go through it one day. And hey, Cheryl, and go through it and explain exactly who and what that is. Yeah, Aaron, that's awful about your husband, but I'm glad that he recovered from that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. I got to get him to take these too. They're some kind of codeine pills for the pain and fever we're both having. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Waxy, please grow a thick skin. And you should sever yourself from Charlotte. She's going to drag you down. For the life of me, I can't figure out how Charlotte does all the sad fishing. I just don't even understand the why. Why? I'm just so sick of talking about everything and everyone in the stupid group. And I know I'm part of it too. I sometimes have driven things. The Untouchable Suzanne. Untouchable? I wish I was untouchable. Oh my word. It's the hospital for 5 to 6 days. We had to isolate each other. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you isolated like that. I've always joked and said if he got COVID, I was moving in the cabina, but that's not happening because if he had it, he's giving it to me because I've got the same symptoms. Oh, hope he's negative. Leave work now too. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and go. Real, I'm going to hit you up in an email when I finally get my thoughts about doing a cooking thing together. That would be awesome. Or food, I should say. Eeyore now. Yeah, I see they're calling her Eeyore. They didn't test me, Aaron. They tested him. In Costa Rica, what they'll do is they'll test one member of the family, and then if that person is positive, they'll treat the rest of the family as though they're positive. So there's that. Okay. T-shirt I made for Aaron and posted on our Twitter. Yes, I saw that, John. I thought that was absolutely great. Anything to do with pineapples, though, I'm for. And for Erin. I love Erin. She's awesome. Okay, I'm going to go for real this time. Love you guys. Bye.